Okay.
It's at this point that a copy of the statute that requires agenda was handed to the board.
Did you read the notice that I just put? That's from the Arizona statutes requiring that the notice that's put on the doors also include the agenda. And that it says there, if you want to read it.
Yes, I did read it.
Okay, if you want to read it, it also says that these procedures have to be followed in order for it to be a valid meeting by Arizona statutes. That's very important. It's Arizona statute.
Also, I believe you're not allowed to take record of a meeting unless you ask a couple of days or something in advance.
Well, I felt that because there was a notice that there was going to be a video today.
No, there's no video.
Okay.
We are at audio.
Well, according to ARS 33 1248 and 33 1804, it states. Would you like a copy of it? Well, this video, the citizens have been concerned because what they would like to know is if they can have any kind of information regarding the meetings and the proceedings. The citizens that live within the community. So what we've done is we've established a YouTube site and we're now posting all of the meetings. It's considered public and anyone is welcome to view them if they'd like. They'll be listed under Barcelona Manor.
Ma'am, these are not public meetings.
Actually, they're not public by the state, but they are public to the community.
Let me begin the meeting if I could.
I would like to introduce, this is Grant Parker. He is a parliamentarian. And
He's
going
what?
A parliamentarian. He will help with the structure and proceedings of this meeting. And he's going to address...
First of all, this is an illegal meeting. This is an illegal meeting because you didn't post this, you didn't send notices to all owners. This is an illegal meeting and whatever decisions you make are invalid, period.
The same way that you used to do it.
Exactly. And you never had a meeting 10 days after the election either, so.
Hey folks, can I ask everybody to just, we're going to be civil and respectful and courteous to each other tonight.
What is a parliamentarian and what?
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm speaking.
Wait, no,
you haven't been recognized to speak. The chair recognized me to speak.
No,
you haven't been recognized to speak. My name is Grant Parker.
It's very noisy.
So, excuse me?
Can you turn it off? It's very noisy.
So, we're going to be courteous and respectful. We're going to be civil to each other. And we're only going to speak when we're recognized by the chair. Okay, that's one of the main reasons I'm here. Ma'am, hold your question for just a second.
What is your title?
So I'd like to explain that, but you're going to have to allow me to finish. I'm the only one that has the floor right now. Are we all in agreement?
Yes.
I'm the only one that's recognized to speak.
Yes, I am.
That's the way it is for everyone who speaks tonight, okay? So, my name is Grant Parker. I am a 26-year veteran practitioner of HOA and condominium management in Virginia, Colorado, and for the last 12 years here in Tucson, Arizona. This is what I do for a living. I'm a certified professional. I was asked to come here tonight because I understand you had a very contentious annual meeting and that people are very upset about the possible results of that annual meeting. Now, I can tell you that this is a legitimate board meeting. It is a special board meeting. Your bylaws require, ma'am, you're not recognized to speak. You're not recognized to speak. Please allow me to finish. So, let's get on with this meeting. I'm here for the purpose of making sure that this newly elected board is allowed to govern your community properly, legally, under your governing documents and under the Arizona Condominium Act. Tonight's meeting has 4 agenda items. You will only be allowed to comment on each of those agenda items. There is nothing else to talk about except those agenda items. Under the law, in a board meeting or a special meeting, you're only allowed to comment on the agenda items. There won't be any other discussions about any other topics tonight. Is everybody clear on that? Okay, thank you.
Could I beg to be recognized by the chair?
Liz?
For discussion?
If it is a special meeting, it does have to be noticed, and it does have to have the agenda printed on it. It is a state statute.
And that was done.
And-
You have the
No.
agenda?
No,
You had to be notified 48 hours ahead.
no, sir.
So I'm gonna say this one more time.
What did
You can only speak when you're recognized by the floor. That means that you can't speak while she's speaking. Is everybody clear on this?
Could I give you this?
I've seen it, I've read
It
it.
states that it's
I know
not a
exactly what it
meeting
says,
without
ma'am.
without
So what are you
the
proposing?
purpose.
What are you proposing?
I propose that they do it properly.
We're doing it properly.
No,
We're
it's
here
not done
tonight.
properly.
It's being done right now.
Do you see how many people are
I'm not
here?
going to argue or debate whether or not we're having a meeting. We're having a meeting, and it's happening right now.
Okay.
Ma'am, you haven't been recognized. You haven't been recognized by the chair. So, the chair is going to proceed with the meeting based on the items on the agenda.
The first item on the menu, that is the agenda, is the resignation of Jim Coates. Jim is not at all well. And he is not, Jim Coates was elected by he is the first thing on your agenda. He is not well, and he has been unable to get internet in where he's at. He's tried everything and anything, and he had to go to McDonald's to give us replies. So he has resigned. I have his letter of resignation, and we have appointed Mario to replace him. And I would like a
You just need to entertain a motion.
I would like to entertain a motion that we appoint Mario as his replacement. Would anyone like to second that?
Yes.
All right, you will.
Motion's made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Mario, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Mario Knezerik, or Knezerik. I would like to tell you that I was invited to this board. I was glad to help, any way I can. I've been on the Warriors boards about 12 years. I've been president here for 7 years, and I'll work with this board to absolutely do everything they need me to help any day. So, thank you very much.
We have a motion on the floor. May I have the vote? All in favor of Mario? Raise your hand or say aye. Michael, can you respond? Aye. Aye, okay. This is Michael, by the way. Michael A. Okay, so that is taken care of. You are now our board member.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And the next is that we have requested an audit, an independent audit. A lot of the things that we have done over the years, we would like to have a little more clarity about how it's done. And we haven't had an independent audit for years. So that has been ordered. And would you like to address that, Rosa, of how we selected the CPA to do that?
Well, we contacted several CPAs in the area, and we found that KLK, Keegan, Linscott, and Ken were very well qualified and certified to do the thing, so we went ahead and contracted with them to engage a forensic audit for Barcelona Manor.
Excuse me.
It was something like this.
So you're saying you got bids and you hired who?
Keegan, Linscott, and Ken.
Keegan, Linscott, and Kimmons.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to accept Keegan, Liemans, and I don't know the name of it. Linscott to perform the forensic audit of all our finances next few years. Can somebody please second it?
Is there any discussion?
Now it's a discussion.
There's a motion on the floor. It's been seconded. Yes, sir.
Now it's a discussion. Now you can ask
Would
questions.
you like to make a
Go
comment?
ahead.
Well, I would like clarification as to what a forensic audit is. It sounds like somebody's murdered or something.
No, a forensic audit is simply an independent audit done by someone totally uninvolved who goes through the records and looks for anything at all. In other words, we want to know exactly what our financial situation is, how we have done things in the past, and we want to have a plan as to how we're going to proceed. And that's, I mean, it's not an unusual thing. It's unusual that we've never had one for a long time. That's the unusual thing. It's very, very common for most homeowners associations to have an independent audit from time to time. We have not done that for years. And it just gets us back on a footing where we know where we stand. It explains things that we don't understand, and it will be helpful in the long run. Yes, Liz?
I was just wondering about how much it's going to cost.
It's $5,000.
$5,000 for the audit?
Correct.
That question was answered, and how much for you, Mr. Parker, as a parliamentarian?
$60.
That's a bargain.
Yes, it is. Trust me, we looked around. Michelle?
Can we turn off whatever that static thing is? That's the report that she's turned off.
Oh, it's just a phone.
It's not me, it's your telephone.
It's the cell phone.
No,
I
it's,
think it's
Mr. Engel is on the phone listening to the meeting, the board members, so sorry about little interference.
Okay. We would vote then on that, to approve, I mean, to actually put this in the record as approved. Okay, I'm sorry, I got carried away here. All right, the next thing on the menu is the selection of a new management company. We have done a tremendous amount of research. We have looked at many, many different programs and different management companies. 3 in particular that we found suitable to our needs. One of them was Paul Ash. He is very large, and his accounting system was not what we were looking for. We want something that is extremely transparent, and Rosa is an accountant. We want something that we can show you and we'll all understand what's going on. And then another one was Rosario, LLC. And Rosario, we did not find, I mean, let me say first of all, Ash is a 5-star recommended by the board, the Better Business Bureau. Rosario was a 4-star. She wasn't quite as suiting our needs quite as well. But the final one is Glinda, from Glinda Lowe with Cardinal Professional Management Company. She is a 5-star, Better Business Bureau. I have nothing but glowing reports about her. They are a smaller organization, and they are absolutely, everybody that I talk to thinks they're marvelous. And she has an accounting system that Rosa felt very, very comfortable with. And that's, so we're voting on the 3 possibilities tonight, and if there's any discussion on that, starting with the board, anybody have any?
I want to make a motion to
Do that. Okay.
to go ahead with Cardinal.
Okay, Rosa's making
Is there a second?
I second.
Now you
I have
can
a question.
discussion.
Yes, I was wondering if you could tell me, will this start immediately, and where are we contractually bound?
Contractually, we have a contract with Adam.
Right.
And Adam, by the way, is not highly recommended. They have no Better Business rating at all. And we've had some difficulties over the past. So we will give them 30 days notice, and which is standard. That's according to our contract. And at any time that the new company is ready, that they can, they can start their management. And we will, of course, have to pay Adam the 30 days. That's the way it goes. So sometime in the next month, we will have a new management company.
So there would be no lapse then in a management company?
Adam has still been in, our employee. That has not changed. Yes, Liz?
Will there still be any kind of on-site?
No, there will not be on-site. They will be here on a regular basis, inspecting, walking the property, making sure, and they have a very wonderful program for accommodating the needs and calls. I mean, it's, as I said, everyone I talked to said they were stellar as far as responding to the needs of our community. Yes, sir?
This is Cardinal, you said?
Yes.
Do they do other HOAs, or do they just do property management?
No, they are strictly HOA. It's Cardinal Professional Management Association. Yes.
Do they have other HOAs?
Oh, yes.
As you read off the various companies available, I can tell you, I've been here a long time. The Ash Management, despite the fact that they have a very good rating, was not good for us.
I know, Ingrid, that's why we didn't choose them.
That's okay. Cardinal I'm happy that you did choose them because at one time in the past, I was investigating management companies myself, and Cardinal sounded really good.
Thank you. I appreciate the input. Thank you. Yes, Leanne?
Yes, what is the cost on a yearly basis? And
It's slightly under what we're paying. It's slightly under what we're paying now.
We're paying. What is the cost? I mean,
$2,800 a month.
How much?
$2,800 a month.
How much is the accounting? Are you going to have that separate, or
The accounting will be done by Cardinal, except for the audit. The audit is an independent audit, has nothing to do with our ongoing business. Okay?
Have you thought about maybe separating the accounting?
Yes, we have, but the system that she has is so clear and so transparent and so highly recommended and so suited to what Rosa was looking for that we felt very comfortable with her doing it. That may change in the next period, but at this time, that's what we're going to do. I mean, you will all be able to understand our accounting system. And that's a big deal to me.
And how much is the accounting part costing? I know Adams is $300. How much is hers?
That's part of the fee.
It's not broken out.
It's not broken down. It's $2,800, including the accounting.
So it's full service management.
Right, full service management. Any other questions?
Are there any odds and ends? Like, are we being charged for stamps? Are we being charged for mailing? What are the odds and ends of that contract with them?
Yeah, Leanne, we checked into that. The charges for that are fairly standard. Most of them charge 10 cents for a copy, and of course the postage is whatever the postage is. So that's all defined in the contract, and it's very comparable to what we're doing as far as cost is concerned. Okay? Yes?
As a point of clarification to the parliamentarian, are we not allowed to vote when any of these come before the board?
That's a great question. And and it's a common question because a lot of people would like to vote on everything. But this is set up as a representative democracy. So your elected leaders are elected to govern your community and to do what's in the best interest of the community and to represent the interests of all of the owners to the extent that they're able to do so. So these elected leaders are the only people that can vote.
Any other comments or questions? Yes, ma'am.
Are we hiring this gentleman for every single meeting that we have?
This is strictly for this first meeting because we just felt it would be better for all of us, and we had a decorum. We had a kind of bad ending to the last meeting, and we wanted to avoid that happening again. That's all. Yes, Beth.
Is it appropriate to ask how often we will have meetings?
Once a month. The next meeting, we will decide that in a moment. That's the next thing on the agenda. Yes, Liz.
I will say that the inappropriate behavior on the last meeting was brought about by somebody that isn't here right now.
Here. It was
he isn't here right now.
I understand.
And his outbursts were outrageous.
It was offensive to all of us. Yes.
But I don't understand, and I really would like clarification. If you're a parliamentarian, I don't understand why the notice wasn't done properly. Or are you just strictly for the meeting itself?
The notice was done properly, the agendas are distributed, agendas will be available for anybody that wants them, and all of these meetings are open to all of the owners.
And by the way, except for matters of employee difficulties or legal matters, I have no problem whatsoever with people attending our executive board meetings. That will be, we will get into that more in the future. I have no problem with that at all. It will not be a regular open meeting like this, but they will be announced, and if you are reminded to attend them, you may. Yes.
Actually, now I have.
Let me clarify that. An executive session is not open to the owners.
Okay, no, it's not. I'm sorry.
Board meetings and special meetings and annual meetings are open to the owners.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Yes, Ingrid.
Yeah, the executive technically, and please correct me if I'm wrong, sir, an executive session is reserved for things that need to be kept private, such as an employee's health plan.
Yes.
But we know that executive sessions have been used to conduct business that should correctly be done in front of the homeowners. That's the mistake. And I think that's why you just slipped up a little bit saying you're invited to come, because this has been the practice.
Okay.
Then I had another question.
But she's had her hand up.
Yeah,
I just want to know, is it proper notice to have a board meeting with a 2-day notice pretty much for everybody
48
on the
hours,
premises?
yes.
With a
48
holiday
hours.
weekend coming up?
48 hours.
Actually, they were on Sunday.
Well, but the requirement's 48 hours.
So Sunday to Tuesday technically really wasn't a total 48 hours.
But the requirement is to state the purpose of the meeting too.
Yeah, it
That
doesn't
is a
state
requirement.
that.
But we're here.
On the notice.
We're here. We're having a
It is a
meeting.
requirement.
There's no reason to argue anymore. We're here.
Well,
No, so we
You don't-
need
you
to
don't
move
want
on
us
to the
to-
next item.
you don't want us to do anything else except to
We need to move on.
what you do.
But we will take a vote on this. We have kind of beaten it. All right. The motion has been presented that we choose Cardinal as our management association, and it has been seconded, and we would like to vote on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Michael? Michael, are you responding? Can you hear us? Yes. Okay, yes. He's very talkative. Anyway, the motion is carried. Thank you. The next thing on the agenda is the date of the next regular meeting, and we have determined that we will go back to the third Thursday of the month, every month, and as far as I know, we will have one, unless there's some very extenuating services, it will always be every month on the third Thursday of the month. Okay?
The third Thursday.
I'm sorry?
The third Thursday.
Correct.
Good.
Is there a date? Is there a
The
specific
next one will
time?
be July 18th,
At 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock. Right.
The clubhouse, I believe, is already reserved for July
Well,
18th.
the clubhouse is primarily for the purpose of our management and our people, so I'm sorry, but it is going to be July the 18th on third Thursday. And it will be the third Thursday of August and September and whatever else. Yes, sir.
Touche.
I have a question. The future meetings will notices be sent out to
Yes.
everybody, including people who
I want to
are not
address-
living on a premises.
Okay.
Is my hand invisible or something? It's been up for about 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What's your name?
Well, wait a minute. This gentleman had raised his hand and he was
Oh, my hand
recognized.
was up way before John's.
finished.
I'm sorry.
You finished?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, go ahead and finish your
My
question.
question was, would the notice be sent out to every owner, including those not on the premises?
That has never been done before, but we will do that. And another thing is, just as an aside, you will be getting a letter or Barcelona notes or whatever you want to call it within the next 10 to 14 days about what's going on and what's happening. Okay? Now, ma'am, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
I just wanted to read something into the record if I may. And I want
Does it have to do with an agenda item?
It has to do with what has been addressed already. So I'm within my rights to speak.
It has to do with one of these 4 agenda items.
It has to do with what we've already discussed.
It's up to you,
It's
Madam
not
Chair.
on the agenda, it's what we've already discussed, and I want to read something into the record. Thank you. It has to do with giving proper notices. Notice of all meetings of the members, stating the time, the place, and the objects for which the meeting is called shall be given by the President, Vice President, Secretary, or other authorized agent, unless said notice is waived in writing. Such notice must be in writing and addressed to each member at his address as appears on the books of the association, and shall be mailed within the time periods provided by law. But in any event, the notices shall be given at least 10 days before the date of the meeting.
Ma'am, you're incorrect. You're completely incorrect in what you're reading.
These are bylaws.
You're reading the
I don't know
annual
what
meeting. You're
information
reading the
you are
annual
providing.
meeting notice. That has nothing to do with board meetings.
It says bylaws. It's just the bylaws that was given to me when I purchased my condominium.
But you're confusing board meetings with the annual.
What
meeting.
about the,
No,
what about the
it says
state
Ma'am, you haven't been
statute?
recognized yet.
I'm
Go ahead
sorry, it says all meetings. And I want to go on record in saying that this meeting should be considered invalid and is outside of the parameters of what you are allowed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Michelle?
I'd like to know why all this is coming up when Manuel ran the board, none of this was done. Now that Manuel's out there picking up all the stuff that...
Man, we're not going to have any crosstalk here. We don't need to argue the point. The woman made a comment. Madam Chairman?
I just want to say...
Can I have a point if you don't mind?
Absolutely.
I'd like to express something out of the experience as being on the board a long time. This is true, it is in the bylaws, but it was never done before, never ever, for 10 years from practical reasons. Some agendas have 6, 7, 8, 10 pages, and posting it on the doors would be real impractical. We never did it before. But agendas are available to everybody, to come, to pick up, to read, hear the meetings, and nothing on the agenda is ever hidden. So we never used to mail 240 people 10-page document because it's just from being impractical. It's never been done before.
That's 4 items.
Now, just to make it, please, can I just finish? This is, I think this is getting out of hand. This group is getting really, please, Liz, all of you are gonna respect the civil proceedings here or you're gonna be fine. Please, I'm warning you now, please. You all you can ask questions, you participate, you're all welcome to be here, but please, I'm talking, so we're not gonna have a meeting like this is the street or anything, so please, I beg you. And you're all quiet when you speak and we answer in a nice manner, so please. So it's just impractical to do. Like I said, some agendas have 10 pages with management reports, and they have a construction project. So agendas are available everybody before meetings. If you call, we can pick it up, and on the meetings, gonna have from now on every month you're gonna have agenda and the budget available for everybody. Thank you.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
I think that, am I recognized?
Yes.
I think that I think that Mario just contradicted Mr. Parker as far as what is legitimate.
You have regular monthly board meetings. This board is representing to you tonight that they will carry out their legal duty to have regular monthly board meetings. They will give 48 hours notice. They will post the agenda. Agendas will be available to people at the meetings. We will mail agendas to off-site owners. You've got that on video, whoever wants to record that.
Never done before.
So these are things that maybe were done inconsistently in the past. It may have led to some of the problems that you've had in the recent past. I think this board is trying hard to represent to you folks and to the membership here at Barcelona Manor that they are more than willing to comply with your documents and the statutes in Arizona.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this regards agendas. I would like to suggest.
I'm sorry, this regards what?
Well, this is regards to agendas for the meetings. I would like to suggest that future agendas routinely include at the end an item labeled other business.
Oh, well, it will normally be, but this is a special meeting, so we don't have that. No, that absolutely you are correct, and it will certainly be included in future meetings. Okay.
And will you also please record all future meetings? Please
Absolutely.
The meetings.
That will
Thank
be
you
the
very
plan.
much.
Because that way there's no question about who said what said.
Exactly.
Yeah. We will be recording the meetings, just be aware. As we put a notice on the door to that effect.
Now, just so that everybody understands the law about recorded meetings, here's the way it works. Once the recording has been transcribed to written minutes, and those minutes are approved by the board, the recording is destroyed by law. Does everybody understand why? Because once the official minutes of the meeting, the business of the meeting, has been transcribed to the written form, and they've approved it, then nothing else matters.
Can't come back to haunt you.
You can't come back to haunt you with the recorded minutes.
So we identify ourselves. This is Ingrid Saber and blah, blah, blah. So that way you know. And then you say yes.
Well, as long as you're identified that. And some of you, I have to say, will probably have to ask for your name because I don't know everyone's name.
But if you repeat it,
yes,
then that's the safe precautionary measure that there won't be any mistakes.
Sure.
I have a motion on the table that we have our meetings on the third Thursday of every month. And it was seconded. In favor?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
I said, he's very talkative. That concludes the meeting, and I just want to say that we will have, I think I did say it, but I'll repeat it, there will be a letter or Barcelona note sent out within the next 10 days to 14 days. That'll tell you all about what we're doing. And as I said, you can put it on your calendar now. July the 18th will be the next meeting.
Do you plan, just out of curiosity, do you plan on having Linda at the next meeting?
Yes.
So she's scheduled for July 18th?
Well, I have yet to confirm that. Yes.
I would like to know if all these letters are going to come anonymously, like some
Absolutely not.
previously have, or if they're going to come to all homeowners.
May I ask your name, your first name?
My name is Sandy.
Sandy. Sandy, I have never, myself personally, sent out an anonymous letter.
Because I've gotten a few of them already.
No, but not for me. I'm just telling you, the only letter that I have ever been, that I have ever sent, I signed. And that was as the treasurer of the organization last year. I have never sent out an anonymous letter, and I never will. I own what I say, and that's the way I am.
I just want to make sure that we're clear on that.
Well, what's going to happen is it will be the official, either Barcelona News or whatever we can come up with in the next couple of weeks that will be, in other words, it's to inform them. I don't care about the form. We will, if we can do the Barcelona notes, we will. But in any event, you will be receiving a letter.
Well, I'm just saying that two of the letters that I got
I
were selected.
but I have no control over
but
what's
not all.
Fran, please, I'd like to, I think we have concluded this. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Can somebody please second it?
I have a question.
All in favor?
I have a question.
What's your question, Liz?
I was just wondering, one of the things in the bylaws, and one of the things in the statute states that, reaffirms what our bylaws say, which is that when there's major changes made, like landscaping and so forth, those things will be done in open meetings.
And
I would just like to voice my protest at this point that the water did get turned off for the landscaping last weekend.
It's back on.
And the sprinklers were
that is a
removed.
matter under consideration. We will review that extensively as to what we can and cannot do, and it will be at the next open meeting. Yes, that's on the list.
Motion was made.
Okay, all in favor?
Motion has been made
To adjourn?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.